Hello everyone, this video is in continuation to our videos on biomolecules. We are talking about enzymes. We have done how the enzymes they act, but now we are going to talk that how some inhibitors they stop the enzyme action. Fine, we have discussed the various factors which affect the enzyme activity. This is also one of the factor which affects enzyme activity, but yes, we are going to talk about them in detail, competitive and non-competitive inhibitors and their examples. Watch the video till the end. In the end you will get everything on the board which is required for your notes. So starting up with inhibition of enzyme action. So first of all you must understand what do we mean by it. What is inhibition? Inhibition means stoppage, or you can say the ones which stop, the substances which stop the enzyme activity. Fine. Generally whatever enzymes are there, they enhance the rate of reaction. यहाँ क्या होगा? They will just stop. These inhibitors will stop that enzyme activity and stop the product formation. Now I'll give you an example for this. For example, if suppose this is an enzyme and we have a substrate and we have an inhibitor as well here. So this is the substrate and this is the inhibitor. Now you can see that both of them they have same shape and both of them can attach to the active sites. Both of them are capable of attaching to the active sites. First of all, this type of inhibition where we are going to talk about substrate and inhibitors who have same shape is known as competitive inhibition. Competitive inhibition reaction, because this substrate as well as the inhibitor, they are both of same shape. That means they are competing with each other to get attached to the enzyme. Now what happens if we talk about the enzyme activity, how is it going to take place? This substrate and the inhibitor both will try to attach on the active sites of the enzyme. Fine. So what happens? Suppose a reaction is taking place. In a reaction we have the enzyme and we have substrate and inhibitor both. So in some cases the substrate is going to attach to the enzyme. Suppose we say 50% of the scenario is there where the substrate attaches with the enzyme. In those cases 50% product will be formed. Fine. But and this is reversible, or you can say temporary attachment. This enzyme will attach to, as we already know how it works, this enzyme it attaches to the substrate attaches here. As and when the products are formed, the substrate detaches itself from the enzyme, so the enzyme and substrate are separate again. So it's a temporary attachment. Whereas in case of inhibitors, first of all, rest of the 50% sites are blocked by the inhibitor because it is of the same shape. So 50% cases the product will not be formed. There will be no product formation here. And now when these, and this is a permanent permanent change. That means this enzyme and inhibitor, this enzyme and the inhibitor which has attached to the enzyme will not separate even after the reaction stops. It will remain like this. Now here substrate was attached. Fine. And when 50% result has been there, yahan se the substrate detaches itself. So now the active sites are free again. So these sites are again free. So now what will happen? The inhibitors will again start to join at the free sites also. So दोनों ही free sites पे the inhibitors will start attaching it, and at one point of time no product will be formed. Now this takes place in sequence or steps. पहले 50% products will be formed, 50 will not be forming. Then these 50 which become free sites, again the attachment will be there, and again maybe 20% result will be formed. 20% cases substrate are attached and rest 30 inhibitors are attached. And the last step wherein all the sites are filled in by the inhibitor, and eventually the product formation it stops. So it is a stepwise, you can say, a stepwise reaction wherein the it takes in multiple steps. Now herein I'll give you example also. If we talk about the example that where does this happen, where does competitive inhibition take place? So the most common example is when succinate, it forms fumarate. Now when this formation takes place, it occurs in the presence of succinate dehydrogenase. Succinate dehydrogenase, in the presence of this. This is a normal reaction, but the inhibitor which acts here, the inhibitor which is used here to stop, which stops this activity, that is malonate. Malonate, it just acts in the place of succinate. Both have same shape, and at one point of time they will not leave any place on the enzyme for formation of fumarate, and hence the reaction stops. This is one. Now one condition or example is where it is useful to us, where this inhibitor enzyme action, competitive inhibition, is useful to us, and that is the scenario where sulfa drugs are used to stop bacterial action. Now what is this? Sulfa drugs, they act as inhibitor in this reaction and they stop the bacterial activity. So this is a scenario which is useful for us. Here also the enzyme activity is being stopped and the reaction stops, but it is useful to us. How? Because generally PABA is used to form folic acid by bacteria in the presence of the enzyme that is folic acid dehydrogenase. So this folic acid is formed here. It's formed in bacteria, and bacteria, it help in reproduction of bacteria. Now what happens if in place of PABA sulfa drugs are used which have same shape as that of this? They will start acting as inhibitors and at one point of time will stop the formation of folic acid, and hence when the folic acid will not be formed, there will be no reproduction of bacteria, and finally the reproduction of bacteria will stop and the bacteria can be destroyed from the body. Now I'll give you an example here. Generally what happens, agar hamare andar if there is a bacterial infection, doctor gives us a course of medicines. Yeah, he will say that eat this medicines for 3 to 4 days. Fine. So what happens? On the first day 50% of the bacteria are killed because sulfa drugs, they undergo 50% sites are replaced by sulfa drugs, 50 by PABA. But if we stop taking the medicine on the second day, bacteria will again increase because it is a reversible reaction. But if we are taking the sulfa drugs on the second day also and third day also, they will completely stop because as I have already told you, it takes place in steps. First is 50, then maybe 20, and then 0% formation of the product. So here on the first day 50% stoppage will be there, so hame 50% relief will be there. On the second day 20 more, and on the third day bacteria will completely be removed from our body. So this is a scenario where sulfa drugs, they help in treating bacterial infection in the body, and this is how they help. Fine. So this competitive inhibition reactions, they are reversible. They can be reversed. Fine. Once it happens, it can grow again. The products can be made again when the inhibitors, they stop attaching. Fine. So this is a reversible reaction. we will be talking about non-competitive inhibition in our next video, where we will see that they are non-reversible. Fine. So keep watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you.